How to find your niche as a coach, or is it niche? Not sure. Are you a brand new coach, but you're struggling to nail down your niche? Do you have some ideas of what you want to go into for your niche, but you're not sure if it's the right one? If you're wondering how to finally find your niche once and for all, you are in the right place, because in this video, I'm gonna share exactly how to find your niche as a coach. Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, my name is Courtney Sanders. I'm a full-time online life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about how to find your niche, or is it niche, as a coach, because this is one of the most important and most foundational things you can do before you're able to build a successful coaching business. In fact, I come across clients all the time who have already launched their coaching businesses, and maybe they've even been coaching clients and they've been working in their industry for 1, 2, 3 years, and they're still not clear on their niche, and they're not understanding why they're not growing at the rate that they want to be growing at, why their followings or social media followings, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, aren't really growing at the rate that they want it to grow at, and it's because they have not nailed down their niche. You gotta find your niche as a coach, and you gotta find it and be super, super clear on it. And so this is something that I struggled with a little bit in the beginning. However, when I was able to nail down on this is what really accelerated my growth. And so I always talk about my story, how I've been able to do this without having a coaching certification. For heaven's sake, I was in college. I was a college girl blogging, trying to figure out life, talking about, personal development and all the books that I was reading and getting my school life together. And I was able to parlay that into the coaching business that I have today, and I'm standing before you. In fact, after this video, I invite you to go check out the archives on my YouTube. You can take it way, way back. You can see 19-year-old Courtney and all the little stuff that I was talking about. Yes, those are the videos that I'm talking about. This business that I have here literally started from those pitiful little videos. So again, when this is over, you can go take a look at that. But the reason that I was able to do that, despite those videos being pretty pitiful and me not having a coaching certification, was because I was able to find my niche. And so I want the same for you, and we're gonna talk about that right now. All right, the first thing you need to know when you are trying to find your niche as a coach is you need to decide on your business model. This is really important because there's a lot of different business models you could have in coaching. Just because you're a coach doesn't mean you have to do one-on-one coaching. You might be interested in group coaching. You might not be interested in doing live coaching at all. You just want to do courses. Maybe you don't even want to do full-length courses. Maybe you just want to do smaller one-off digital products that people can purchase. Or maybe you want to do none of the above and you want to host quarterly events in your city or do retreats. There are many coaches where they work with clients exclusively in person on retreats that they host quarterly or biannually or what have you. So you got to get clear on what you want your business to look like and what you want your model to be. And this is important when it comes to choosing your niche, because when you start with the model that you want and the type of coaching that you are willing to do, that will help you determine the niche that you need to be in, because some niches are better suited for different business models than others. You see how that works? And so when we jump in and we don't really get clear on our niche and we just jump in and start coaching, maybe we start doing group coaching because someone told us that it was a good thing to do, or we start doing one-on-one coaching because we think that that's the thing, and we don't really know what our niche is. When we finally get clear on it, we might find out that the business model that we're in does not support the niche that we really need to be in. So get clear on your business model first, the type of coaching that you want to be doing, and make sure that everything else in your business flows from it. All right, going along that vein, the second thing that you need to decide on is you need to decide on the revenue that you need to be making in your business. And I always talk about this because in coaching, many of us are bleeding hearts. We want to help everybody, and we tell ourselves this lie that it is not about the money. Oh, I just want to help the people. But here's the thing. You can't help the people if you can't help yourself, and you can't help yourself if you ain't got no money. Child, if you ain't got no money, you can't help yourself. You need to be paid in your coaching business. And so it is imperative that you decide on the revenue that you need to make so that you can continue to do this full time. What good is it if you're not making enough money to even coach the people because you have to go back to work or you have to keep a full-time job and you wanted to do this full time? What is it that you need to be earning in order to make that work? So it's so imperative that you decide on your revenue, because once you determine how much you need to be making in your coaching business, again, different niches support different revenue levels, right? And so if your revenue level is higher than the niche that you are in supports, then that's a problem. All right, so once you've decided on those two things, the next thing you need to do is identify your strongest result, because this is really gonna help you determine which niche you wanna be in. And by strongest result, I mean, what is the result that you've gotten for yourself? What is something that you've done, something you've achieved, something you've accomplished, some success that you have that all your friends and your family and just strangers off the street or anybody who hears your story, they're always asking you, how did you do it and can you help me? Whatever that is, and if it's the strongest result that you have, you wanna get clear on that, because that is going to point you in the direction of the niche that you should be thinking about. Because some results, again, are more conducive to different niches than others, right? So if you have a strong result of you are an amazing baker and you have come up with all these like healthy confectionery things, and you don't necessarily want to go into baking, but you want to coach people and you're trying to figure out what is it that you can do, you want to get clear on what is it that people are always asking you. Sure, they might be asking you about how you always did your baking, but maybe they're asking you, how did you build this business on the side? They saw that you did this when you were working a full-time job. Or maybe you had a bakery and they were just amazed by your customer service and the fact that you had so many people lining up the door for your baked goods and for your treats, and you never did any advertising. You never spent any money on advertising. And the one thing people always ask you is, how did you get everybody to find out about your treats and your baked goods, and you never spent any money on advertising? So this is what I'm saying. You want to be very clear on what your strongest result is, because the thing that people are asking you about, that's going to tell you, who can I sell this to, right? Who is very interested in this result? Who would get the biggest bang for their buck if they had this result in their life? That's gonna point you to the niche that you should be operating in. All right, I have more strategies where that came from, but first I wanna hear from you. What is the niche you think that you're in? Even if you're not sure, you're still figuring it out, it's okay. You can workshop it with the CLS family. Go ahead and drop it in the comments below. Let us know the niche that you think you wanna be in and share with the community. All right, the fourth thing that you need to do when it comes to choosing your niche is you need to pick your prospects. So now you're clear on what your strongest results are, and you're clear on kind of the direction that you should be aiming at, but now you need to get clear on who are the people specifically, right? Who are the types of people, or the prospects, because these are potential customers, who are the types of people that would do the best with this result that you ultimately want to coach? Because there might be a variety of people who would do well with whatever it is that you have to offer. Let's say that you are some sort of health and wellness coach. Maybe you can help moms. Maybe moms would be really great for this. Maybe single guys, bachelors who don't have time to think about their health would also be really great for this type of coaching. Maybe elderly couples who don't have kids living nearby, adult children to care for them would be great for this. So you need to look at all of the potential prospects that you could be working with, and now you need to pick your prospect again, and you want to go back thinking about, okay, what is the revenue that I need to be making in my business? What is the business model that I want to operate in? Do I want to do one-on-one? Do I want to do group coaching? Keeping all of those things in mind, who are the prospects that would be best served to get the result that you can offer them? All right, and the fifth thing that you need to do is you need to choose your mega niche. So I talk about this a lot more in depth in many of my trainings, but when I say mega niche, there are 3 key niches that most coaches and really everyone operates in, even if they don't realize. In fact, most people spend their money, their time, and their energy in these 3 mega arenas, and that's health, wealth, and love. And so people spend a lot of time and a lot of money on improving their health. They spend a lot of time and a lot of money on improving their wealth, and they spend a lot of time and a lot of money on improving their relationships. And so when I say health, wealth, and love, again, these are mega niches. These are super broad categories, right? So health could be your mental health. It could be your spiritual health. It doesn't just have to be working out. Wealth could be career. It could be financial planning. It could be business. Anything that has to do with your financial resources. And love doesn't just have to be love relationships with a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend or anything like that. It could be we love our children, you know, we love our parents, the relationships that we have with those that are important to us. We spend the majority of our time, the majority of our energy, and yes, the majority of our disposable income trying to improve those arenas. And so once you've gotten clear on all of these different things, you need to decide which of those mega niches that you ultimately want to operate in, and then start your coaching business from there. Okay, so if you like these strategies and you really want to hone in on this and you're still like, oh, Courtney, but I have so many ideas. Should I do this niche or should I do this niche? Okay, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to leave a comment and say, should I do this niche or should I do this one? What I want you to do instead is I want you to go to CourtneyLSanders.com/niche, and I want you to join me on my upcoming Nail Your Niche Challenge, because this is a live 5-day challenge where I'm gonna be coaching you on how to find your niche. Yes, it's live. Now, the catch is, because it's live and because this is a real thing that I do, anytime that I offer these, I have a limitation to them, right? I limit them because I want to make sure that I'm present and available for everybody who's participating, especially with those of you who will opt to join me on the Zoom, where you can have me give you feedback on your niche live directly, like you can actually talk to me, right? So if this is something that you want to be involved in, go ahead and click the link below. It's CourtneyLSanders.com/niche. I do these, I was gonna say once a month, but whenever I'm available to do them. I don't know that I'm gonna keep doing them in the future. They're a lot of fun thus far, but I wanna make sure that you join. So go ahead and click the link below. You'll see how many spots that we have left. When that number hits 0, we're shutting it down and you'll have to wait till the next time that we offer this. So if you click the link below and you see even 1 spot available, go ahead and register because you don't wanna miss out. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe. And if you can't wait until my next video, that's okay. Join me over on my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for either of those, join me on Instagram. That's where I'm hanging out daily. Join the Instagram fam. In fact, you can leave a comment on my latest post. Let me know that you watched this video. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.